What's up, Big Cash crew? It's Richie back in the house. Got to run through a few really good things on this Monday morning, or probably your Sunday night if you're watching from the US. Neo is looking sharp. Ripple is looking ready to take off. Monero has taken off. And Ethereum, well, not sure about that. Anyway, let's get started. Let's get started. Neo's looking really good. Just drawing this long-term trend line onto this chart. We do have this previous management zone here. We'll pull that into the future because time has caught up on us. So if we pull in on the screen a bit, this is the 4-hour chart, by the way. If we pull in on the screen, look at this. We'll probably actually shift this up because the area of support and resistance is basically there. And if we draw this back over, we're going to hit that work as well. And this one would have nearly tested it. So it's a pretty safe management zone. Right now we've got Neo pulling back. Let's put the fib on from the lowest low, from there up to the top. What do we got? We've got about a 50% retracement. Down here on resistance, however, on support rather, the 61.8% mark is looking pretty good. It's looking like a pretty good reversal point for this. So if we don't see any sort of action around in between the 50 and 60, any bullish evidence, then we're definitely going to be seeing it sort of around that 61.8% mark. It's looking pretty good. Nero's really good. We've had a bit of coin on this for at least a few days now. We've entered 2 trades. One's still going. I believe it is going to go longer than it is right now. So it's something that we're going to keep our eyes fixed on, and we're definitely managing this on lower time frames. Let me just bring that back into focus. Come on now. There we go. I'm going to swap down to the 1-hour chart and we'll have a look at that. Cool. As you can see, the 1-hour chart has, it's still got the same indications. We are looking at this possible reversal line here. I'm going to take this fib off for a second because it doesn't work when we've pulled it on a 4-hour chart. Now we're looking at a 1-hour chart. So if you look at this previous low here where my cursor is, pull that across. That's where we're looking for. I'm going to go out a bit more actually. There we go. Let's draw a nice little management zone through there. Potential areas of reversal. So that's our management zone there. These previous lows here tested quite hard. We've tested this as well. We'll pull it across. There we go. We could pull this back to where Nero started previously on its way down to the bottom before it started moving back up, and that management zone would react. As you can see, this wick over here has also tested that zone. There we go. So with those 4 tests just there, let alone going back in history, it's a significant level. So let's keep our eyes peeled on the hourly to see what Nero does coming. I reckon it's probably going to be could be 2 to 3 hours away. We'll keep our eyes peeled, set up a couple of alerts. So, TradingView will let us know how we're going. Hold tight, 2 seconds. We don't need that alarm going off while I'm doing this. Anyway, so yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to manage this on the 60-minute. Our trades were lodged on the 4-hour. So what we want to see is bullish reversal patterns. Can't speak today. Bullish reversal patterns around that management zone, or if not, definitely down on support. If we don't get it from that management zone. All right, cool. So that is Nero for today. Let's flick on over. What do we got up next? Let's flick on over to Ripple. Ripple is looking like it's going to go and have a little bit of a run, which is great. So let's go. Ripple, look at this. 4-hour chart. Got this awesome bullish evidence here. This is into the USD rather. If you have a look at these economic news releases, this is like a contributing factor when your asset is backed into the USD. So what have we got? So basically tomorrow we have the ISM. What else do we have? Nothing of major. Here we go, there's a red one. We've got national employment, which is that's on the 8th. And then on the 10th, we have the non-farm payroll. And we have, that's about it really. Non-farm payroll is something that Ed and I trade every month. It's a really big proportion of how we make a lot of money on Forex. One way we do it is with the London session. The London session is undoubtedly one of the best ways to make money every single day. If you're sharp enough and you've watched the charts and spent a lot of time on them, then the London session is just something that I feel retail traders don't take advantage of enough. You've got to be looking out for the bank stop, which is price will indicate it's going one way and it'll move up and it'll stop everyone out that's going short. Then price will pull back down and it'll stop the other half of the market out. So unless you're aware of these zones, then the London session's probably not for you. Do a bit of research on the bank stops. You know, basically the banks will stop out one side, they'll stop out the other side, and then they'll continue on in the motion. We've spoken about this plenty of times. But the London session is a gravy train, like absolute gravy train. Like a lot of people are crying at the moment because, you know, we've got bearish retraces going on with crypto. And yeah, cool, that's fine. But there's always, you know, Forex to concentrate on, and that's what Ed and I do primarily is we focus on our Forex trading. We do the London session, we do the non-farm payroll, we do large economic news events. It's just in and out, quick, smart. The non-farm payroll can go on from, if we set up our trade at about 7:30, we could be in there for like 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours, depending on what the market's doing. If it's looking like the market's just going to continue on a bullish cycle or a bearish cycle, or if we're trading with the trend, then we will just let that run. Like that is a really, really good thing. Like no jokes, and I'm not just plucking a figure out of my ass here. It's about $1,000 a day, depending on how much you're entering. It's a really, really solid trade. Anyway, getting back to crypto. That's what we're here for, right? Ripple. Look at this. Beautiful triangle formation here. Got a great triangle formation. It goes from this wick down. And we got from this wick. Actually, it's that's pretty weird. It's not always what you want it to be. It's what it is, really. When you're looking at your charts, see, I just got caught out myself. I immediately thought, because we had this lower bottom, I immediately thought ascending triangle. A symmetrical triangle. And that's ultimately what I wanted to see. But when I actually drew my lines in, it's a descending triangle, which has got the nice breakout. So that's really cool. Look at that volume going in there. That's fantastic. There's still a good hour, 54 minutes left on that candle. But if we switch down to the hourly, there you go. You've had the breakout, you've had the pullback and test of the short-term bear line, and now you've pushed back up. Ripple's looking great. Oh, Dennis will be happy with this. Hope you're still watching us, Dennis. Anyway, Ripple's looking fantastic. We have already reached higher highs here. So what we want is a pullback, and we definitely want another higher high from this particular point here. That's definitely the area of interest right now. Let me scroll in so you can really get a good picture. Get my fat head out of the way. So right now, if this candle forms to be a pin bar, then we'll be looking at a little bit of a bullish pullback. Depending on how deep that pullback goes, is dependent on how strong the next move is. All right, so we've got the 61.8, which I doubt it will go down to. I reckon we're looking at about a 38.2 or a 50% retrace, if that, because that is just a severe bull market right there. Awesome. Dennis, you're going to be happy about this. I'm not sure what price you got in, but you're definitely looking pretty good. If this holds all week, then this is going to be a really fantastic coin to be entering in. Yeah, Ripple. Wow. What a nice surprise. What else have we got on Ripple? I think that's about it for today. Let's set up Monero. Get Monero going. All right, here we go. So Monero, really, really good position. Higher highs, higher lows. As you can see, I've got this buy signal here at 740. We're currently up at 819 and looking to push forward. Area of concern right now is this particular top that it has produced. That area there, it is a lower high. We want to be seeing price turning around. Let's have a look for a management zone. We're probably looking at, yep, right there. Okay, we're probably looking at about the 812 mark for a management zone. If we pull that down to the previous accumulation points, that's a pretty good management zone. If we scroll in and have a look at current price, then yeah, it's a bit. There's a couple there actually. There's a couple of good decent management zones. We've got this low here that comes through this low here, and see how these three candles here have tested it as well. So we could be looking at a wee bit of a deeper retrace, to be honest. I'm going to put a fib on that bad boy, and I'm just going to monitor it. What have we got there? Yeah, look at that. That's a 61.8 retrace. We're right on the 38.2. We probably want to see, we definitely want to see bullish evidence kick back in and go above this high up here. If it doesn't reach that, then Monero has run out of steam, and we're looking for a little bit of a bear movement back down. It's a bit of a shame because I was hoping that that particular coin was going to go off. It really, really looked like it had some bulls about it. So yeah, can't always pick them, I suppose. It did look like a lot of steam anyway, a lot of steam moving forward. Right, let's check out the old faithful Ethereum. It's fucking killing me at the moment, Ethereum. We are still bullish, right? The problem we're having with Ethereum is obviously this channel right here currently. That channel right there. That is the bane of our existence right now. As you can see, we're sitting right on 860, but the problem being is that low is lower than that low. That high is lower than that high. That low is, this low is lower than that low. We're still going down. We do, however, have one little trick up our sleeve, and that is this potential long-term bullish trend line. We could see a little bit of a pullback to that line and then push back up. And if my analysis serves me correctly, if I plot that there, right at this point, I'm just going to draw a line, a vertical line rather. See if we can do this. Let's format that a bit better. So right at this point here, actually, let's get rid of that. Just zoom in. All right, so I'm going to draw an actual line. Right at this point here, so I'm going to let me do it right on the spot, because it's between two different time zones. So where we see this little arrow, actually, I'm going to do this better. God, I'm in all sorts right now. Where you can see this midline of the channel intercepting this trend line, this is where we should be seeing a good area of reversal. And if we do, then that is our first higher low. So let's keep an eye out for this. Ethereum's been fucking around, excuse my language, around that zone for so long. Like, as I mentioned, we want to see Ethereum punching above 908 and staying there, because that's the area that is proving between 908 and 897 is the area that's been proving to be super difficult for Ethereum to penetrate through. As we've said previously, this area is a very strong resistance or support line, depending on what side of the line you're on. We will be taking this into consideration every time that price dips down and goes back up. So, yeah, let's hold tight on Ethereum. I'm going to have a look on the hourly quickly just to see what price is doing. Oh, yeah, look, we are pulling back up. Well, it's only a 47-minute candle. Sorry, a 1 hour candle with 47 minutes to go. So it could potentially work out to be closing in a way different fashion to what it's presenting right now. However, if you count the last 20 candles, it's definitely bullish. So that is what's on our side. I'm going to call it. I'm going to say that Ethereum is going to push past that high and we're going to move back up. If we do reach this this bottom down here, where this midline intercepts this long-term bullish trend line, then we're going to see some bullish evidence moving up. If this turns into a pin bar, we're going to see bullish evidence moving up. This inside-outside bar is not impressing me too much, but the way it's set up is in a bullish fashion. We've got a bullish inside, we've got a bullish outside. We just had, the only problem with it is obviously the bearish outside of the bullish. So inside, outside, inside. Inside, outside, outside rather. Anyway, that is that. Pay attention to this next candle. It finishes in 46 minutes. Let's see what happens from there. I really, really want to see Ethereum go up and punch up. We're still looking really bullish. If you look at the bottom down here, we're still looking great. That double bottom, we've gone up, got a double top, come down. We've gone back up, double top again. We've come down. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if it bounces off that midline or if it turns around where it is. If it does, then we are going to look for a push up to the upside. I do really want to see a lot more volume in this market than there currently is. On a plus note, though, if you have a look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin's looking great. Let's see if we can do that right now. Bitcoin, where are we? There we are. Come on, what's going on? Computer's so slow. So slow. There we go. Get rid of that. I've got to pay for my subscription again. I've let it lapse, people. I'm so terrible at that subscription. Look at that. Look at Bitcoin. On and on and on. So again, this is the area of Bitcoin that we're looking to test next. Basically, 11,600. So 11,600 is the next significant area of resistance. If we do hit that and we don't penetrate it, we will see a pullback off it. And then we'll pull back off it down to this area here. If this trend line stays true, let's go. We'll see a pullback down to probably the top of this, which we'll see about what have we got? 11,135-ish, 36. But yeah, Bitcoin's looking great, isn't it? It's about time it's been on the move. No bottom, notice down here, there's no bottom, double bottom. And there's also no indication that Bitcoin was moving up apart from, let me pull in. I got too many things running on my computer. It's going so slow. I have to sort that out. All right, if we look at that bottom, there was no indication off of the bottom here that we were going bullish. The only indication was when the top got up to here and it pulled back down and hit support, and then we boosted back off it. But again, there was no area there or significant candle pattern for us to enter. So yeah. Anyway, that is us for today. I could probably ramble on for another 3 hours, given the chance. I will be back on Wednesday. It will be back tomorrow with an ICA and altcoin review. So keep it real until then. Ciao.